Hey everyone, it's Luke with Figure Me Out. Today we've got the Marvel Legends, Marvel Studios, The First 10 Years 3-pack featuring Iron Man, Thanos, and Doctor Strange. And looking at the package here, we got the front, we got the side over there. It's got some Thanos artwork, Infinity War right up. And if you want to read that, go ahead and pause it right meow. And here we are out of the package, and overall, gotta say, love this set. Love all these 10th anniversary sets. This one in particular is kind of neat because it's got some neat features. Let's start with Iron Man. Go ahead and go over him first. So Iron Man, it looks a lot like that other Iron Man that we got, probably because it is a lot like that one. Only difference on this one is, oh my gosh, his chest lights up. Look at that. We get arc reactor technology in the MCU and Marvel Legends. We have a light up chest for once, so that's kind of cool. And that's controlled by this little switch on his back. If you put it to the side here, it puts it in test mode, which is what it is in the package. If you find these things in the wild, then you can actually play with it yourself. But then if you push it over to the right, which you can do once he's out of the package, you can hold this down and it'll stay on for, I think it said 15 minutes. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. It does take away, there's no ab crunch. So let's just get into articulation. Actually, real quick, we'll talk about the accessories first. Iron Man comes with 2 accessories. He's got the fisty hands. He's also got some open hands. They're those kinds without the hinge on the back. And he's got one for each side on that. Then he also comes with some of those clear blast effects that we've seen 1,000 times. I like these though, so keep them coming. But anyway, so articulation-wise, I'm going to cut this off because it's kind of washing my light out here. But it looks more like a light blue. If you see it in person, it's a lighter blue. It looks very dark and very rich here. It's actually closer to the movie, really, in real life. But anyway, head looks up that far, looks down that far. You get a side to side. You don't get much pivot. Arms go out that much, and I'm going to keep hitting that button on accident. So arms go out that much. I got a upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows go in pretty far, and then these hands are the wrist does turn, and then it is hinged to go down. Limited a little bit on the up just because that pad on the hand there, and then the other hands, like I said, they have no articulation on them. They just got the peg. So no ab crunch or rotation, nothing at the abdominals, which I gotta forgive them on that because they've got the cool light up feature. I think this is the first time that I've ever seen a Legends with a light up feature. If it's not, let me know. But anyway, he can kick out that far. He can kick back, not so much. He can kick out, not so much. Got an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knee, and then the feet go down, up, and there is a crazy ankle rocker pivot. Next, let's talk about the man with the made-up name, Dr. Stephen Strange. So Dr. Strange, this is better than the first Dr. Strange we got. The only thing that bothers me about this figure is that these effects pieces on his hand and on his wrist and everything are not removable. It would have been real cool if we got like an alternate arm or something like that, because it's cool to have this, but you know, sometimes you don't want to have that. But whatever, it's Doctor Strange. He's got the time stone, might as well be using it. Mine is kind of warped just from the package. You can see there, I need to hit it with some hot air. But anyway, but that likeness, that Benedict Cumberbatch. Let's see here if I can focus. Oh man, look at that. Looks just like him. Looks just like him. That is such a good Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, that's the coolest thing about these figures to me. These movie figures they've been coming out recently is all the face sculpts are just phenomenal. Like, I mean, that looks like I don't want to say Hot Toys quality because I've never had a Hot Toy, so I can't really say. But I mean, just the paint and the shading and just the overall look. That looks just like Benedict Cumberbatch. He's even got forehead wrinkles. Like, he looks like he's like somewhat like surprised or confused or something. Or he's thinking. This is his thinking face. It comes with an alternate hand, and it's one of those grabby holdy hands. It's for this side, and it's for this effects piece. So he can look up, meow much. He can look down, meow much. He can look side to side, obviously, and he does have quite a bit of pivot on this guy. So you can really get those like inquisitive looks from him. Arms go out that far. There is upper bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow. The elbow on this side is limited somewhat by that time stone dealio. And just taking a closer look at that too, in case you wanted to see that. That's what that looks like. And I think that's pretty fantastic. This hand is hinged at the wrist and it does swivel. And same thing with this side. It is swiveled and it does hinge as well. At the torso we have rotation. It also moves side to side and back and forth. It's one of those floating pieces there underneath the skirt. The legs are kind of limited by the skirt. They don't go out very much. Don't go forward very much at all. You can kind of get it a little bit if you really want to risk tearing that skirt. There is a upper thigh swivel on both sides. It's got a double jointed knee that again, that skirt kind of gets in the way. It does have boot rotation, which I love, and then he's got the ankles that go down. They go up pretty far, and then he's got that crazy ankle rocker pivot. And last but not least, we got the Mad Titan himself. Talking about accessories first on this guy, he comes with an alternate head. And man, both of these Thanos heads are just fantastic. I love these things so much. It's such a better head than the previous one that we got. The previous one, he looked like he'd just taken a good poop. This one, he looks angry. He really looks like he's smashing some stuff. And then this one looks very stoic. Same articulation as the previous one. So if you own that one, not a whole lot of surprises. Looks up that much, looks down that much, looks side to side, and get a little bit of pivot on those. The one thing on this one, it did have like a little nub on the back of the peg. I don't know if that's just leftover plastic or if that's to kind of help keep the head in place. But it does make swapping the heads just a little bit more difficult. At the arms, the shoulders go out this far. Got a bicep swivel. That one goes in that far. This one's maybe just a little bit further. And then both of them are hinged to go in and out. Ab crunch is that far forward and that far back. He does have a waist rotation. Legs go out that much, doing the splits, and back maybe just a little bit, kind of in a walking gait. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knee, and then boot rotation that goes down, up, and he's got a crazy ankle rocker pivot. For a comparison on the Iron Man, I've got the Infinity War wave, the Thanos wave Iron Man. The only real difference here is the torso. The head on the new one on this side is a little bit, maybe a little bit fatter where these come out here. But I don't know if that's just the way it was molded or if that's just mine or what, because it looks like the same face, really. Out of the two, I think I prefer the light up, because this ab crunch is kind of garbage anyway, but, you know, to each their own. Here's your Doctor Strange comparison, and man, that is night and day. Whenever this figure came out, I thought, man, that's a really good likeness. That looks a lot like Benedict Cumberbatch. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, that looks nothing like him. Wow, that looks like, I don't know, like, oh, what's that guy's name? Leo DiCaprio or something, maybe? That looks like Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, it's just not even, no contest, really. I mean, these guys don't even look the same. But I was curious, and this cape is actually all new. So looking at the cape comparison, here's the old cape on the left and the new one on the right. And I think I like the new one better. It's got more texture on the inside, which, you know, gives it a lot more life. On the back side, it's got more of a rich color. It's still got kind of the same design. It's actually got different shoulder pauldron. I'm just now noticing, so that's kind of interesting. This one's got like the fold built into it, but this one's got more of a flow to it. Looks more regal. Looking at the Eye of Agamotto, those actually kind of look the same. The new one's got a little bit more paint though. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see the new one's got just a little bit more paint. Looks a little bit better. Because that cape actually pegs into the back of the new one, there is a peg hole on the back. And I think that may have just drilled that in because everything else looks very similar. Are these heads going to swap? And more importantly, are these hands going to swap? And the answer is yes, they do. The neck looks a little long on that, so you just kind of want to be careful with that paint. I can see the paint starting to rub just a little bit on mine. And that hand does just stick out a little awkwardly on that if you were to switch those two. Looking at these two pieces right here, just kind of last minute, the new one is on the left and the old one is on the right. And I actually think I kind of like the old one better. They got that little extra paint on there. It really makes it pop a little bit. You kind of lose a little bit of the detail on this newer one. If we're comparing the Thanos figures, I mean, do I even have to say anything? I mean, let's just take a minute. Take a minute and look. Does anything need to be said here? The one question that I did have on this is, are those hands going to swap? You can swap those hands out. So if you wanted to have closed fist Thanos you're totally able to do that if you got the old Build-A-Figure. Yeah, so that's it. That's these new Marvel Legends 3-pack. What did you guys think? Do you like this? Do you not like it? Do you have this? If you do, what's your take? If you're a fan of the MCU and you're a fan of Avengers Infinity War and you collect Marvel Legends, I don't know why you wouldn't own this pack. If you don't care about the MCU figures and you're a comic figure guy, easy pass. You know, if you already got these figures and you're just like, I'm not paying for them again, go ahead and pass. But I'd recommend getting it because it really is an improvement. It's a marked improvement. And I wish they quit doing this where you get a figure and then they come out with a better one like 5 minutes later. At least give us like a year in between. I don't know. But it is a fantastic group of figures. I really like it a lot, and I think that you guys will too. So hit like, hit subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you want to follow me on Instagram too, it's Luke_figuremeout. Speaking of which, in the meantime, keep trying to figure me out. Thank you.